Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that others won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. How exciting is that? Listen, I love this quote. Okay, hi, my name is Keela, right? And so, since I was a young girl, I have had terrible self-esteem. Horrible self-esteem. And why am I smiling while I'm saying this? It's because I know that there are so many people who can connect with that. I remember in high school crying in the mirror and saying, how I looked like a troll and how I hated myself. I hated my image. I hated my body. And, being picked on by, in different grade levels and, by people of varying ages. And even going so far and so deep as to truly internalize and believe God loved me less than he loved other people because he made me the way he made me. And so this quote, in my own journey with God, of course I come to realize that's not true. And even though I'm still battling with low self-esteem, I know it's a journey and I know I'm going to come to love myself, and I know that my greater value comes from my spirit and not my image. But past that, let's start with the basics. Let's start with Marianne Williamson, whose quote resonates so deep with me because I realized how true it was. I realized that deep down, I was thinking, who am I to be talented? Who am I? I'm sorry, that's my dog. Who am I to be talented? Who am I to be flawless at this activity? Who am I to just dance freely, as though I'm pretty enough to do so? Who am I to be without mistake? Who am I to be overly confident? Who am I to strut like, I'm Naomi Campbell or whoever? Like, who am I to just go above and beyond and own it? Who am I to own it, to own myself, to own what I'm doing? I'm not that pretty. I'm not breathtaking. I'm not a phenomenal dancer. I don't look like Beyonce. I don't look like Naomi Campbell. I don't look like Rihanna or hey, I don't look like whoever. Insert your, standard of beauty here. I don't look like them. I don't dance like them. I don't sing like them. I don't walk like them. I don't talk or act like them, By act, I mean to be or not to be, that, So, or even you can act like I'm not as cool as them, I'm not as hip as them or whatever. I'm not them. I don't look like them. So who am I in my averageness to own it? And as I was sitting today, I was watching Megan Ramsey's Why Thinking You're Ugly is Bad for You. And that's a TED Talk, Megan Ramsey. And she had just, been saying how limiting it is, for you to truly believe lowly of your self-image, and how there are women who don't show up for tests, who don't openly express themselves in class, who do even poorer on exams because they're not confident in their image in that day, who don't show up for job interviews, for business interviews, for pitches, sales pitches, who don't show up to opportunities that are going to further their lives and their careers because they're not confident in their images in that day. And this goes for girls and this goes for guys. But since I'm a girl, I can empathize with them. So I'm speaking to everybody, but specifically to my ladies. But this is truly for everyone. But forgive me if my, opinion and my outlook is biased. But I was sitting there and I was listening to what she was saying, and I've kept a tab on my phone open so that every time I open the internet, every time I look at my tabs and the apps that I want to close out, I always see our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. And I always am reminded of that quote because I want to keep it deep in my heart. I want to keep it at the forefront of my conscience because I want to remind myself how stupid it is to go out and not shine, to go out and shrink myself, like she said, because I don't think I'm worthy of shining. I don't think I'm worthy of puffing out my chest. And this is what I think about. When somebody has a performance, whether they're beautiful, whether they're cute and adorable, or whether you believe that they're unattractive, you expect them, you want them to kill it. You want them to blow your mind and just own it. You want them to do good. If somebody comes out to perform, if somebody's about to speak in front of the class, if somebody's about to dance, if somebody is about, to do the juju on that beat, if somebody's getting ready to perform a monologue, if they're about to, do freestyle art at an art show, if they're getting ready to perform a spoken word poem, if they're getting ready to show their robot that they built from, the ground up, whatever it is, boxing, running, playing basketball, whatever area it is, giving a sales pitch, you want to see them be amazing. You want to see them do great, because when people fall short, when people don't do good, it's like, oh, well, okay, A for effort, you tried, but you want to see people own it because it's exciting. It exhilarates you and it gives you that confidence too. So it's like you want to see people be great. So who are you to rob people of the opportunity to be mind blown? Because you don't think you deserve to be mind-blowing. I just have to really sit and think about how off it is for me to be like, well, I don't think I'm pretty enough to blow people's minds. I don't think I'm pretty enough to actually own that I'm talented right now and to just go for it. I like to model. So sometimes I'll be like, well, I don't think I'm pretty enough or breathtaking enough or fierce enough to walk this catwalk right now and do these turns. Oh, I thought it said my recording stopped. I got real mad. To own it, to do these turns and these twists and do this and that and whatever. I don't think I'm pretty enough for it sometimes. So I put myself in this box and I only do the little bit. And then, it hits at my self-esteem whenever the next girl goes and she kills it. And everybody's like, yes, she's everything. Oh my gosh, do it. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, why can't I just do that? But I blame it on the fact that she's prettier than me. So she can own it like that. But when I just let go and I own it, people are excited and they love it and they want more of it too from me, not just from the next girl or guy, from me too. They want me to own it too. And everybody wants you to own it. It doesn't matter. Everybody has haters. Everybody has haters. Whatever. I'm in my scarf and my pajamas right now. You know why? Because I don't have to be dolled up to talk to people. I don't have to be dolled up to own it. Period. My friend texted me. He was calling me. He keep distracting me. But I don't have to. Because I want y'all to know that, this is who I am. And like this, I can still talk to you. Like this, I can still give you this message. Like this, I can still pass on my revelation. That people want you to own it too. Everybody has haters. Everybody has somebody who's going to be like, oh, she gonna fail. She can't do good. She ain't pretty enough. He ain't cute enough. He ain't buff or cut or ripped enough. He's not masculine enough. He's not aggressive enough. She's just not smart enough. She's just not fierce enough. She don't slay enough. She can't dress, whatever. People are going to talk about you until the day that you die, whether you're doing good or you're doing bad. Because, you know, people got plenty to say about Martin Luther King. He was a cheater. He entertained prostitutes. He was a chain smoker. I heard he had a little bit of a temper. Whatever. But look at what Martin Luther King did. You know? So it's like, but people wanted Dr. King to own it. Regardless of his setbacks and his shortcomings, people wanted Dr. King to own it because they were looking up to him. They were counting on him. And there are people who are counting on you and looking up to you. Your nieces, your nephews, your little cousins, your friends, your classmates, that stranger who you don't even know but who's watching you. There are people who are looking up to you to go for it. This recording is about to end, but just own it.